Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning, ma'am. So
Yes.
we are having some 28 participants in this and some 25 is already here on board. So instead of waiting, we'll start. So on behalf of all the participants and HRDC, I would like to welcome Professor Neetu Mishra, Madam. She is head of the Department of Family and Community Science from Allahabad University. And she's going to talk on potential health benefits of traditional Indian food system and culture. This is the issue which actually all of us are suffering little bit or more, but we need to be very much aware on these lines, what we should take, what should be our food and how we should behave as far as our foods is concerned. Actually, I wanted to have one talk on this issue and I was searching for one person from the background you are having. So finally, when I checked on your website, Allahabad University website, I got your name. So I requested you and thanks to you to readily agreed for this. And I vaguely just told something on diet and that kind of health kind of thing. And you gave a very good topic on this issue. So I hope it is going to be a very, very fruitful, not foodful, but fruitful session for all of us. So now time is yours, ma'am, where you may interact.
Thank you so much. I'm very much thankful to Professor Dept Singh ji for giving me this opportunity to present my views on this topic. Well, I am thankful to the Mizoram University Department of Commerce, who has found myself from somewhere. And now I am here to put some light on what kind of food we should eat and how much and how it should be eaten, what should be restricted and what should not be included in the diet. This all we will try to summarize. Let me share my screen first. So as we all know, the COVID pandemic, it has provoked us to think of the other alternatives.
Madam, sorry to interrupt. Make it full screen presentation mode. So
It is full
bigger.
screen.
But we are seeing not full screen.
Okay, on my screen it is already full screen.
Oh, okay. Okay, then continue. But you have to change your slide with that side panel in that case. I think I just try to change its slides whether it is moving or not.
Yeah, I'm changing. Is it moving?
No, it is still first one only, title slide.
Okay, let me share it again.
Okay.
Let me share it again. I'm making it full slide.
Okay.
No, it is not. Okay, now is it moving now?
No, not moving. It's still first slide only and not full screen.
Okay, I don't know what is the problem behind, but okay, let me move it again. Okay, can you see like this?
Yeah, this also is okay. Yeah, but you have to click from the side panel. That's okay. Yes, moving.
Is it moving? Yes. Is it moving? Okay, well,
yes.
Then we will go like this only.
Okay, fine.
So I was telling that during the pandemic, we all have realized that only allopathy cannot treat us, cannot help us in getting out of any of the diseases. So there is a need to put on some show and put on some light on the other alternative sources which can prevent us from diseases. And diet is one of them. Food is actually medicine. if taken in right quantity and in right quality. So it is the time to go back into our history and coincide ourselves then what is written in our old sculptures, which helps us in understanding what is actually the food system which was being used and was being followed in the olden areas. So we will begin with the potential health benefits of traditional Indian food system and culture. I have taken the references from Gita, from other sculptures, from the Shushrup Samhita, from some of the new books, some of the new journal papers. So coming to the potential health benefits of traditional Indian food culture, let's begin with you are what you eat. Actually, what we eat decides what kind of thinking we will inculcate in ourselves and how we are going to behave with the society. As per the Gita, chapter number 17, verse number 7, Ahar istvapi sarvasya trividho bhavati priya yagyas tapasthya danam tesham vedamimam shanu, which means the food persons prefer is according to their own dispositions. And it is the same which is true for the sacrifice, the charity, the austerity, they inclined towards each other. So the people, what food people eat, it influences their nature, that and the vice versa. That is the mind and body, it impacts each other. So by eating pure food, the mind becomes pure. And if you are intaking impure food, definitely your mind will think in an impure manner. So everyone is distinct as his or her personality depends only on three attributes. As per our Ayurveda and as per our old rituals, Sattva, Rajas, and Tamas. These are the three attributes on which our personality depends. And the food one eats and one's personality are directly related to each other as per the Shlok 17.7 of the Bhagavad Gita. People with predominant sattva or sattvic food, they have calm and good nature. They have calm and good nature. It is believed that sattvic food keeps our mind, our body system light and energetic. Mind is calm, emotions are stable. All fresh foods which are greasy, nourishing, appealing, and succulent that contains moisture in them, they are considered to be the sattvic food. Vegetables and fruits, they are when cooked lightly without oil and with very less amount of spices are considered to be the sattvic one. Whatever we are eating as food is itself life to us. This is what is said in a Shlok 17.18 in Gita. Now the people with dominant Rajasic food, they are having overactivity, they have overstimulating system and their mind becomes hyperactive. So people with predominant Rajas food, these are considered to be the bitter, the sour, the salty, the hot, the pungent, dry, and burning food. An excess amount of these foods, if taken, makes the people miserable and sick, as per the 17.9 verse of Gita. Likewise, people with predominant tapas in the body prefer to eat half-cooked food, which is dry, bad smelling, it is staly, it is defiled, and impure food, which is called to be tamasic food. Tamasic food brings dullness and lethargy into our food system and in our behavior too. As per the Gita, sattvic food is preferred over others. I'll take the controversies later in the classroom. I'll happily be dealing with it. Well, as per 17.8 verse, Ayu sattva bala rogya sukh preet vivardhana rasyaha snigdhaha sthira hridaya aharaha sattvic priya. It means to say persons in the mode of goodness, They prefer foods that promote the lifespan. It increases their virtue, it increases their strength, the health, the happiness, the satisfaction. Such foods are actually, as I told you earlier, juicy, succulent, nourishing, and naturally tasteful. It has mild and beneficial effects. These include all the food which is made by the nature for the human being, that is the grains, the pulses, the beans, fruits, vegetables, milk, and other vegetarian foods. Ahar yukta viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkha. As per 17.6 verse, it means the one whose diet and movements are balanced, whose actions are proper, whose hours of sleeping and waking up are regular, and who follows the path of meditation is the destroyer of pain or happiness. So is what is written in Gita, which is followed by everyone, which is worshipped by everyone. It is written therein, and as per the Lord Krishna, further this chapter clarifies that eating too much food or starving too much or sleeping too much or remaining awake all the time is not health friendly. Such people cannot concentrate on studies or they cannot do the sadhana. Well, the message is very clear that we should. Eating food is our choice, definitely. We cannot force anyone to eat this or eat this or eat this. But whatever you eat, it actually affects your behavior, your thoughts, and your working culture, even your attitude. So what you think for yourself, whatever you have defined as your future, you should opt that kind of food. So what is tamasic, rajasic, and sattvic food, I have already defined, and it is as per whatever is written in Gita and in other sculptures. But the message is very clear that even today, and it is validated by modern scientific research and analysis of data also, that variety is the mantra and the food should be taken in moderate quantity. Not only food, but your sleep, your yoga, and your other kind of exercises should be in moderate quantity. It shouldn't be like that you become nocturnal behavior person. And since in the earlier age, our life was actually dependent on the sun only. We have not created any, there was no Edison Alva, and nobody has created the bulb and artificial light. And we were being dependent on the sunlight only, and later on the moonlight. So according to the sun, we were about to rise early, and that is why we were about to sleep soon. So as per the light, we have decided our life culture, our culture of living. But now what is happening? We have the facility of light for the 24 hours. So what we do, in the daylight, we used to sleep, and in the night light, we used to awake. This is not the culture which was followed in the olden days, and it is not actually recommended nowadays. It is not at all a good culture. So we have to have a sleep of 8 hours, and that 8 hours should be in the night only. So moderation in the diet, as well as moderation in the thinking, in the creation, and in the actions is the secret of healthy life as per our sculptures. Now coming to the next section, what we are eating today. So as per the concept of a balanced diet, what is required to create a balance between the nutrients, what your food provides. So nutrients these are macronutrients and are micronutrients. Macronutrients are those nutrients which are considered to be taken in the diet in the amount of grams, and those which are advised to be taken in milligrams or micrograms are considered to be the micronutrients. So coming to the macronutrients, protein, carbohydrate, and fat are considered to be the macronutrients, and vitamins and minerals are considered to be the micronutrients. So the macro and micronutrients are how much to be taken by which particular candidate is being decided in today's modern era on the basis of the researchers of ICMR, that is Indian Council of Medical Research, and National Institute of Nutrition, which is situated in Hyderabad. They have developed a food composition table, and they have also developed the RDA, which is said to be recommended daily allowances for the food or the nutrient. So which particular person of what kind of activity should take how much amount of which specific nutrient is already decided by ICMR as per the researchers. And it is recommended to everyone. So if you people are not aware of it, we, the teachers from nutrition, can be a good help to all of you. Or otherwise also you can go to the website of National Institute of Nutrition or ICMR, and you can get those RDAs for yourself also. But how to calculate your diet, this must not be known to you, but you can take the help of any dietitian or a person who is nutrition expert. Now coming to it, food, as we all know, is an important part of Indian culture, and it plays a very important role in everyday life as well as in festivals. We cannot expect a festival without a good quality and good quantity of food, and it actually it helps in socializing one, and a kind of get together and with the friends and the families and all. Coming to the history of Indian food culture. History of Indian food culture is very, very good. And even the hard part of that is we had been invaded several times just for the sake of the spices we have. You can go inside the history. It's very sad that history about the nutrition is very less available, but whatever is available, I have tried to confound it for you. Well, many European countries and many other invaders also, they have tried to get into our nation because of their love for the black peppers, the Kali Mirch. You can go in the history and you will find it. Well, so was our culture, and so it was developed. So in the heritage foods in India are an integral part of Indian culture. So traditional foods started with the inception of tradition, and it dates back to Aryan civilization, followed by Harappan, the Vedic, the Hindu culture, as influenced by other cultures, and Indian food habits followed the changing cultural patterns. And with a history of 3,000 years or more, the Indian civilization has given food a prominent place in the social and cultural lives of its people. Now, coming to the traditional food system of India, we have so many Indian cuisines, like North, South, East, and West Indian cuisines. Despite this diversity, some unifying trends emerges. And varied use of spices. This is one of the integral parts of food preparations, and we are used to enhance the flavor of a dish and create unique flavors and aroma. With this, I just want to add a statement that in North Indian culture, I'm not very well known about the Mizoram culture, but since you have invited me on the online mode, if you would have invited me on the offline mode, Bhatenduji, definitely I would have visited your place, and I would find myself related to what kind of food is eaten there. I'm not very well about it.
Next time, sure you will call me.
Thank you. So that kind of information will also be included in the slides later on. Well, till then, I can tell you that in our North Indian culture, we used to fry our vegetables. We used to prepare our vegetables with a spice mix every day, which is called pachforan. It is called pachforan. It is a mixture of 5 Indian spices, and these all 5 Indian spices, when you have gone through the biochemical composition of these, chemical composition of these, and what kind of biochemistry it is going to change inside the body, we have found that this spice mixture is a miracle for several diseases, including diabetes. If it is taken in daily diet in a specific amount, definitely it can prevent us and helps us in getting rid of or preventing us from various diseases. As per the Ayurveda also, the basic foundation is basic style of cooking in India. As early as the Indian Valley civilization, we have started cooking food and we have left the uncooked food behind. And with the process of cooking food, that a moderate method of cooking, and that too using the earthen vessels, it was said to be the best way to cook the food, which in our today's lab also we find that if the food is cooked on a very low flame and that too in the earthen vessels, definitely it retains the maximum nutrients what is provided. There is another concept, that is the concept of Indian food and Panch Mahabhut. It is another concept. This on this platform, I want to just discuss it. That as per the Panch Mahabhut concept, there is a group of 5 basic elements with which our basic cosmic creation has been made. And these elements are earth, water, fire, air, and space. That is Kshati, Jal, Pavak, Gagan, Samir. That is earth, water, fire, air, and space. Means we are made of these things only. And when we are buried or being burned, after means when you are dead, we used to be mixed in or to be changed into these elements only. So these are the basic elements of which our Indian food or our Panch Mahabhut has been made. As per the Ayurveda, the human body is actually considered to be made of these 5 elements only. So, Indian taste and 5 element system. To understand this, you can go to these images. That sweet taste is provided by the earth and water component. Sour taste is provided by the earth and fire component. Salt taste is provided by the water and fire component. Pungent with the fire and air component. Bitter taste with the air and the space component. And likewise astringent with the air and earth component. So there are 6 kinds of taste as discussed. So to get the sour taste, what a sour taste does, it cleanses your tissues. It increases your absorption of minerals. The sour fruits, yogurt, fermented foods are the things that can provide sour taste to you. For the salty taste in your diet, you can be dependent on the natural salts, the sea vegetables, etc. And it improves your taste, it lubricates your tissues, it stimulates your digestion. Likewise, we do not like to eat astringent food, but astringent food should be eaten as it has the ability to absorb maximum water. It can tighten your tissues, it dries your fat. And legumes, raw fruits, vegetables, and herbs are there to contribute astringency in your food. Pungency is another taste. It stimulates your digestion and metabolism. And chili, peppers, garlic, herbs, and spices are the sources to provide pungency in your diet. Likewise, bitter taste. Bitter taste as is present in Karela. No one, most of the people, even the children don't like to have Karelas, but it detoxifies and tightens your tissues. So detoxification is how much important in your metabolism. You must be aware about it. So dark leafy vegetables, greens, herbs, and spices are the good sources for that. Coming to these tastes in detail, comprising the elements of earth and water, sweet taste balances between your doshas. There are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, 3 kinds of doshas in the body of any one of these. We can be a sufferer of more than 1 doshas, but at least 1 kind of dosh is there in everyone's body. So we can balance our diet as per the doshas available in our body. So comprising the elements of earth and water, sweet taste balances between the Vata and Pitta dosh in the body, and it increases the Kapha dosh. So of the 6 types of taste, it is one of to be the most nourishing kind. When taken in moderation, they are known to provide you the longevity, the strength, the healthy body fluids. But it shouldn't be overboard with it because it can cause your weight gain, obesity, diabetes, etc. So taking sweet taste, you should be bothered about it. So sweet taste is prominent in food items like wheat, rice, maple syrup, etc. Coming to the sour taste. Sour Tartrate is known to stimulate Pitta and Kapha dosh in the body, and it decreases the Vata dosh. So foods with sour taste are also known to increase appetite, can produce good amount of saliva, which is always helpful in utilizing your carbohydrates at the very first in your mouth. And of the 6 different tastes that exist, sour taste is known to awake your thoughts and emotions and improve your digestion. It needs to be taken in moderation, definitely, as excess lead to the aggression in the body. And some of the sour taste providing food are the citrus family fruits, that is the lemon and all the lemon related family members, vinegars, pickled vegetables, tamarinds, and etc. Coming to the salty taste consists of the elements of earth and fire, and it increases the Vata and it increases the Pitta and Kapha doshas. So because of this hydrating nature of the 6 tastes in Ayurveda, salty taste aids in digestion and it helps in cleansing of tissues also. But too much of salt intake can increase your blood pressure, can have impact on your skin and blood. So moderation is the best way to take the salt. Example of salty food is sea vegetables, sea salt, black olives, etc. Spicy is another pungent taste which is could be provided by the spices. So it is the hottest, and so it is known to aid digestion. It improves your appetite, it cleanses your tissues, and enhances your blood circulation. It helps in balancing the cough, and but it should also be taken in moderate quantities. Chilies, garlic, ginger, hot peppers, and onions are the examples of this group. Bitter taste could be provided by, as shown in the picture, that is the Karela and etc. Apart from Karela, turmeric, green vegetables, herbal teas, etc. also can provide the bitter taste. It is considered to be the coolest of all the 6 tastes, and it naturally detoxify and it removes the waste and toxic material from the body. Thereby, it purifies the body. This is best suited for the Pitta and Kapha doshas and least beneficial for the bodies with Vata. So astringent taste, it is made up of air and earth element, and it is said to be cool, firm, and dry. People with Vata are advised to consume less of astringent taste, and it can lead to the problem of bloating, that is gastric trouble. But it benefits the people with Pitta dosh. Unripe bananas, cranberries, green beans, etc. have the astringent taste. Well, definitely it could be a question in your mind, how to balance between these tastes. So a combination of 2 or 3 of these tastes will help you maintain a balance in your Ayurvedic diet as well as your whole health. So you have to, first of all, understand what kind of nature is of your body. And then as per the doshas present in the body, you should take the food material, what should be included in your diet and what shouldn't be included. And within the same day, I'll cover it in my next slides also, that a bad combination of food, how it is going to hurt yourself and how it is going to destroy your immune system. Coming to a typical Indian meal, the tradition of Indian meal, as we all know, as we can see in this, means when you visit a restaurant and you don't find what to eat, my suggestion is go for a thali. Why? Because it always contains nutrients in a balanced quantity. As per the North Indian culture, there is chapati, there is rice, there is dal, there is vegetable, 1 or 2 in nature. If one is any other vegetable, then one should always be from the green leafy vegetable. There will be one curd preparation with salt taste. That is, either it should be a plain curd or it should be a raita kind of thing. There should always be a good amount of salad and a chutney, which is very essential. White chutney is very essential because as per its name, it provides taste to your taste buds and it enhances your digestion. It produces a digestive juice, which is a kind of pre-digestive juice, which is prepared in your mouth and in your stomach, and it helps in digesting your food. So in a typical Indian meal, it is advised, and whatever is taken in this thali, it provides you, as I was telling you earlier, that there is a concept of recommended dietary allowances for every individual, but there is a need to balance between these nutrients, and that is possible only when all the all the 5 food group system is included in your thali, and that is the cereals and pulses, milk and milk products, your fruits and vegetables. If you are unable to include fruit in your lunch or dinner thali, then it could be included 1 or 2 hours earlier or later. There should be one thing from your milk or milk products. So milk is not advised with any salty thing. So you can include curd in your diet, curd in any form. Salad should be there, and if you can get chance, then you can also utilize dressed salads. Within the dressed salad, peppers, little spices, and honey would be the base to enhance the taste and to enhance the digestibility also. This is actually one of the balanced Indian thalis, but where people don't eat chapatis or wheat, they can replace it with the coarse fibers, coarse cereals, if it is available there, or they can replace it with larger amount of rice. Coming to the eating habits of Indian traditional system, there are some principles behind how to eat, how much to eat, and in what way food should be served. So as per the Ayurvedic beliefs, in maintaining the balance of your bodily system, diet, herbs, and yogic practices help together. So choosing food according to your own body constitution, as I have told you, paying attention to food and eating as per your capacity are some of the Ayurvedic eating habits. It means we are not permitting you to eat whatever you want to eat. You should not live for eating, but you should eat that quantity of food only with which you can survive, so that the food could be left for the others who are dying because of hunger. So you should never eat anything in quantity which is excess as per your recommendation. Well, Ayurvedic eating habits that could bring about a great deal of change in your overall well-being, which is very clear to all of us till now. Well, there are some traditional eating habits that do not stand and drink water. When it comes to healthy eating habits, this is one of the most important ones. You should avoid drinking and eating food while standing. But nowadays, we are in such a hurry that we don't understand the importance of food. And food is like just filling the stomach, and it will help. It will work later. Well, I mean, don't take it either ways. Otherwise, also, there are grazing animals. Those animals have complex stomach. They have 4-chambered stomach. So whatever they find, they eat it like anything. And they fill their stomach bags. And later on, they utilize it. They digest it slowly and slowly. And with that slow metabolism, they used to survive. This is called jugali in Hindi. But we are not the animals. We should not behave that our body is a garbage dustbin. It is not a dustbin that you can pour whatever you want to pour. You should not pour that kind of food, and even for water also it is implicated. So you should treat yourself like you love yourself first. So you should avoid drinking and eating in hurry and while standing. But what to say, nowadays, all the parties are like having your plate like this and putting the food in it. And the people who are who are in your neighborhood, who are eating along with you, you can, your plate can disturb them too also. You can put a stain on their dress also, but nobody bothers about it. And we are indulged in eating habit, which is in standing mode. From this platform, I want to say, please go back to your traditional system of food, traditional culture of food, and we should not stand while eating or while drinking, as it is believed that standing and drinking, it can disrupt your balance of fluids in the body. It may lead to a greater accumulation of fluids in the joints, and it can cause arthritis, which you must not be doing. So drinking water in a standing position can also tend to negatively hamper your kidneys, because kidney is the major organ responsible for maintaining the water balance in your body. So eating slowly facilitates the digestion process, and same is true for water. Second point is eat foods according to the season. Most of the time, food technologies have a quarrel with me. Why do you say food should be eaten only as per the season? What will we do? Well, it is true that food should be eaten only according to the season, because foods are made by the nature in such a way, like watermelon, which is full of water. It is available in the season where you get dehydrated very easily. That is in the summers. That is why nature has provided us watermelon in which season? In the summer season. Likewise, citrus fruits, which are said to be, including guava, which are said to be very good in vitamin C content. And vitamin C is one of the vitamins which provokes, which helps us in improving our immune system. It is an immune boosting vitamin. So the foods which are rich in vitamin C are produced by the nature in winter seasons, and sometimes, and even the lemon in the rainy seasons, where there is a chance of getting affected with the microbes increases. So to enhance our immune system, God has helped us by preparing these food in as per the requirement of the season. But we, the people, we are actually storing it, and later on we try a lot of technologies over it, and then we use it. Well, technologies are also required. I'm not I don't want to put myself in controversy, but what kind of preservatives that are added in that should be very clear. It is not clearly written on the nutritional facts or on the wrappers. And as per the ppm, whatever is recommended as per the FSSAI, industries don't follow that. And they put the preservatives more in quantity than it could be tolerated by a human being. So again, you have to think about your health, and you should stick to the rule that eat foods according to the season, right? So foods like gur, as I was telling, it is made up of jaggery, and jaggery is what? It is made up of ganna and ghee. It is said to be eaten its nature is warm, so it is prescribed to be eaten in winter. So in our North Indian system, during the winters, we used to eat coarse fibers, that is millets, and especially the pearl millet, jowar, bajra, and makka. This we used to eat, and it is sometimes eaten with gur and ghee, as it is warm in nature, and during the winters, keeping yourself warm is very much required. So it helps us in stabilizing our room temperature, our body temperature as per the room temperature. On the other hand, curd is of cooling nature. So if eaten in winters, it may aggravate cold, it can cause coughing, and it can increase mucus in the throat. But during the summers, it could be tolerated very easily. So fruits and vegetables especially, they should be eaten as per the season. Third, very important point is do not overeat and eat right. So obviously, you should not overeat. Try to opt for light sattvic. If we are eating, more than the requirement of our daily need, one should remember, first of all, you are not favoring your health. And secondly, there are many people in this world who are dying because of starvation, because of unavailability of food, because per capita availability of food is not equal to everyone. So we should not eat for these two sakes. We should avoid overeating. And Sattvic diet, as per it says, it emphasizes on the seasonal foods, on the fruits, on the vegetables, on the dairy products, on the seeds and the oils, little bit, and the ripe vegetables. Nothing in between these food items are the food which are very, very high caloric in nature. So if little bit eaten in excess quantity, it is not going to be deposited in your body as adipose tissues in comparison to other rajasic and tamasic kind of. Fourth point is no distraction while eating. We should not watch TV, phones. We should not read newspapers while eating. But it's very true that we should not do that. But we all do this only. We think that we are wasting our time in eating food. Why not to utilize it along with our phones and let's check the messages along with that? What is harm in that? But of course, it is harming you. You are living because you have food on your plate. Therefore, it should be shown utmost respect. You should concentrate at that time to your plate only. You shouldn't be distracted. And distracting environment definitely diminishes your body's ability to digest whatever you have eaten. And even you do not understand the value of that food, which is going to provide you life. So there shouldn't be a distraction while eating. Fifth point is, do not eat in hurry. You should eat food always slowly. Do not gobble your food. Eat slowly. Chew your food well. There is a mechanical agitation process in your mouth. And there, when you chew your food, as it is said, खाने को चबा के खाइए, धीरे-धीरे खाइए. If it is chewed properly in your mouth, it gets mixed with the saliva, the digestive juice present in your mouth. And along with that digestion, along with that quality of food, when it goes down to your stomach through your esophagus, you know, esophagus is have very small diameter, and it is physiologically it is situated just near to your windpipe. So if you eat in hurry, it may happen that your food may go from esophagus to your food pipe, and it can choke, and even choking can lead to death also. So is it recommended or is it a good thing to gobble your food and get tired and couldn't answer yourself that what I have done with myself? Well, so food should be properly chewed. It should get proper time to be engulfed along with the saliva in your stomach. And when it reaches the stomach, it helps you in it helps as a pre-digestive juice, and then utilizing that food is very much easy. As we know, chewing obviously better break down the food, and digestive enzymes and saliva, as I have told, it works properly and it helps in digestion. If food is not digested well, then what will happen? It leads to a host of digestive woes, your tummy problems, and even your weight gain. When food get digested properly, it get assimilated, it get absorbed properly, and we can metabolize only those nutrients which are absorbed. And if it is not absorbed properly, there is no utility of eating and wasting your food. As you have eaten, it will be excreted as such. And if it remains in your intestine, definitely your intestines are a hub of microbes. So they will work on the food many times, and it will produce the nitrogen gas, the bloating issues, and even these microbes. Yeah, when the food gets stuck in your intestine, definitely these microbes working on those food can make your intestinal walls thin, and even they can travel to that side, another side, and they can enter in your blood and can move up to your brain. That is, they can cross even the blood-brain barrier and could be a very bad issue for your brain-related diseases. So it's always better to eat slowly and to help yourself remain healthy. Now, 6th point is start your day with a lukewarm water. It is always advised. How? Because as per the Ayurvedic practice, that is gaining recognition in the West countries too. Now, drinking water actually raises your body's temperature. It speeds up the metabolism and it aids in weight loss too. That is why it is recommended. And another thing which I want to add here, that drinking water can help you get rid of your constipation, because long-term constipation definitely creates a lot of intestinal tissue related diseases. Your gastrointestinal diseases comes into action. And even one thing more to add, 40% of your immune system, it is governed by your small intestine only. And during the constipation, your small intestine could not work properly. So relieving constipation is very much required. And when you awake in the morning, you were on the rest for a long period, and now you have awaked, so your metabolism is already very slow. So to speed up your metabolism, starting your day with a glass of lukewarm water is a good advice. Another thing is sit down and eat your meals. I've already told you. Always make sure you are sitting while eating. While drinking, it is difficult because it can lead to arthritis, as I've already told you. Eating is also eating in a good position. That is, as you can see in the pictures, you should sit properly along with your family members and you should enjoy your food. How it helps you? It helps you in relieving all your stress, your commitments. Okay, you have to put aside your commitments and eat your food only. Now the posture is very ideal for your smooth digestion, and it keeps gastric problems if you are sitting in an improper posture. So it is always advised to sit at the floor and then in the posture as shown in the picture. One should serve you food with lots of love. And there is a concept of Shanti mantra also. It is very important in Ayurvedic dietary practices that Shanti is very much required while eating. So it translates to happiness, contentment, and satisfaction, all of which is possible when you sit and eat. Next is ignite your digestive fire. So many times you are not hungry because your digestive fire is diminished. So consuming a spoonful of fresh grated ginger with a few drops of lime with a pinch of salt is recommended, as all these ingredients help in activating the salivary glands and it produces necessary digestive enzymes, as I've already told you, and it helps in the digestion and absorption of food you eat, which is the ultimate goal. 9th point, very important, is do not pair foods aimlessly. Well, I request you from this platform that do not very much believe on the YouTube University. Recently, I've seen a video. In that video, what they have done, that they have taken a chocolate and they have dipped this chocolate in in besan batter. Besan, you must be knowing. Besan is it's powder of chickpeas powder, which is basically used in making pakoras, etc. So they have taken a brick of a piece of chocolate. They have dipped in that batter and they fried it, and then they were enjoying. Why not to enjoy that besan pakora individually and your chocolate individually? What is harm in that? No harm. But if these two things, which are of two different kind of natures, if they are put together and make a pair, definitely these kind of aimless pairing creates a lot of trouble in your health system. So as per the Ayurveda also, certain food combinations, it disturbs the normal functioning of your gastric file and it upsets the balance of your doshas, as I've already told you, and leads to the problem like indigestion, like fermentation, like putrefaction, and definitely gas formation. So it should be avoided. So what are these pairs which are incompatible actually? These are taking milk with fruits, taking yogurt and sour fruits together, taking eggs with the milk with the vegetables, milk with the fishes, citrus fruits with the milk, hot drinks with the fruits, honey with the ghee, freshly cooked foods, leftovers, a combination of these two. Something in your thali is freshly cooked and something is leftover. It's a bad combination. Cooked food raw along with raw food. It's not a good practice. So it should be a little bit avoided. Another very important aspect to be discussed today, that is the tradition of fasting. What is the use of fasting? Why we should fast? Well, coming to this topic, as we know, our body works continuously. As we actually do not provide rest to our digestive system, to our metabolism system. We eat and eat a lot. I don't know how much eating is required. Why you people eat so much? I can't see anyone from the participants, and I cannot judge the health of any of the participants, but in general, there is a statement. Well, our body works like a machine, as we know. It continuously works, digesting and metabolizing your food. But as any other machine needs to be put on break for maintenance, its efficiency, for maintaining its efficiency, so is our body. So to give break to our system, our traditional system made a concept of fasting. At least 2 days in a month or complete fasting. So they suggest us for fasting. So they have made a provision of Ekadashi Vrat. It comes twice a month and it helps in detoxifying our body. It gives a break and cleansing to our system, and our system detoxifies and becomes more vibrant. Fasting also gives a break to our body, as I told you. The ideal break between the meals is approximately 6 to 8 hours. But if 8 hours are not possible, minimum 5 hours break is essential. The spiritual significance is, it is a cleansing system. If your system is not vibrant, you will feel lethargic and will not like to work and worship. No food without hunger. This is the concept. No food without hunger. If you are not hungry, do not take any food. Keeping body vibrant is very much required, as we know. So fasting and eating sattvic food can help our body in this process. And reducing the food intake not only gives rest to our digestive system, but it also gives us longevity. This is the concept. Nowadays in research papers, you can find that calorie restriction and longevity. with a lesser amount of calories as per your RDA, you can have a long life. A lot of researchers today finds that calorie restriction may leads to longevity, as I have told. Now, taking care of food is very important. One should be disciplined with eating food, as makes you less ill, as taking food in good quantity or in a proper amount may lead to less. Fasting could be, I have told you, Ekadashi Vrat as it is written in scriptures. But fasting could be of any kind. Muslims do their Ramzan, and likewise in other religions also, there is a concept of fasting. As fasting abstinence from food or drink, or both for health, it is ritualistic, religious, or ethical purposes. This abstention may be complete or partial. Means fasting could be long 8 hours, 10 hours to 24 hours fasting together, or it could be an intermittent fasting or short duration fasting for those who cannot tolerate less eating or no eating, can have intermittent fasting. Means a gap of 1 hour, then increase it to 6 hours, and then increase it to 8 hours. If you can do it in between, and it is said to be the intermittent fasting concept. Fasting is obviously a refrainment from eating. It is also a physiological, in the physiological context, let's understand what happens during the fasting. Metabolic status of a person who has not eaten overnight, or to the metabolic state achieved after complete digestion and absorption of a meal, several metabolic adjustments occur during fasting. And it helps you in getting out of those toxicants which are already deposited, and body is not getting enough time to detoxify itself. So while fasting, it is obviously practiced in several religions, or in almost all religions. So it gives you a satisfaction, it gives you an opportunity to detoxify your intestines and detoxify your blood, helps your renal system, your kidney system, and most important thing, it helps your liver, because liver is a multifunctional organ. Along with many other functions, it has the function of detoxification also. So putting yourself on fast, you can help your body system, helping your immune system, helping your kidney system, and helping your liver system also. So what is the tradition of fast? It either allows you not to eat anything for a certain time period, or if you want to eat, you can have some specific kind of food only. That is a product from dairy group, dahi, milk, or anything, not together, obviously. Fruits and starchy food items like saggos, potatoes, purple red sweet potatoes, amaranth seeds, nuts, shama millet. Shama millet is a kind of millet, and this could be eaten because these all are rich in carbohydrates, could be digested, assimilated, absorbed, and metabolized very slowly. Very quickly. So high protein and high fat diet is actually should be avoided during the fast, and it helps in whatever I have already told you, that it's a good practice to have this kind of food during the fast. Aside from religious obligations, fasting has countless other health benefits also. As I have told you, it helps in improving weight management. It helps in regenerating the blood cells through better heart functioning and vascular well-being. Fasting has come quite to go to the method of keeping young, fit, and healthy. These are some of the health benefits of fasting. It also can help in boosting your cognitive performance. It could reduce inflammation. It support weight loss and improve your overall fitness. It decreases the risk of metabolic diseases. Intermittent fasting can help you lose weight and belly fat, and can also help you in reducing oxidative stress and inflammation in the body. Oxidative stress is the root cause of several diseases which comes or which falls under the metabolic diseases, including the obesity, the cardiac diseases, the diabetes, the renal diseases, all falls under the metabolic diseases, and fasting could be a better. Even there are studies available which helps you in understanding that cancer cells could also be removed from the body by putting them on the starvation. So providing less food and less food to the body for a specific time period of 24 hours or 24 hours maximally, it can help you in reducing your cancer causing cells inside the body. The research papers are also already available on these topics. You can go and click on the net. Now, coming to the food related customs followed in India, how effective these are, we will discuss it. I think I have half an hour more. Is it so? Professor Singh?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam.
I'll be able to finish it with you.
Yeah. You may take 10 minutes more, ma'am. It's very interesting and very useful.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, coming to the unique food related customs as we follow in India, one is the thali style of eating. As I have already told you, it's the best way to eat food. That is, the dining table has so many items we know. It is always unfair to have a pick a few just because there isn't a space left on your plate. Okay. Well, Indian thali, to be rescued, it provides you with little compartments to put your food in so that you get a taste of everything without spilling. And you can see the structure that we use. We use choti katoris in your plate, and the food is not going to be intermingled, and it will not be mashed up, and it will be very good for you to eat one thing at a time. In another food, you can have a spoon of this, then a spoon of this, and likewise. And you can get a variety of food, and that too in the manner which is required to be. Another very important custom is eating with hands. As per the Indian text, eating with hands feeds not only the body, but also the mind and the spirit. It improves your digestion, and the individual becomes more aware of the taste and the smell of the food. Even if you are eating a food which is very hot with a spoon, definitely your tongue is not going to help you, and you will injure your tongue. But if you touch your food earlier than putting it in your mouth, definitely a temperature could be guessed by your skin, your hand skin. And even when you mix your food with your hand, with your fingers, definitely a kind of emotion comes. And when one who has made the food, he or she serves the food with the love, definitely the emotion related to the food comes out. And when you eat that food in a slow manner, in a very nice manner, and you appreciate the person who has made the food, there is an emotional relation developed between you and the cook who has made your food. In our families, most of the time, our mothers used to cook the food. And I know when my mother serves food, even today, she used to sit beside me. And most of the time, means I also have kids, but most of the time, she puts at least एक बार मेरे हाथ से खा लो please. So first, वो पहला कौर वो मम्मी के हाथ से. And then I never remember she has Anytime she has served it with a spoon. जब भी खिलाया है वो एक और हाथ से ही खिलाया. And the kind of emotion I feel you must have also felt when you eat your food with your fingers. So biochemically also, even if you mix your food and you eat your food with a spoon, tell me frankly, in every particular spoon, you will be having another kind of taste. But when you mix your food with your fingers, all the preparation is having the same taste. It helps in relieving your digestive juice in the same concentration, and which improves the digestibility. Okay, so you should eat food not with a spoon but with your fingers. Now, third point is food offered to God or prasadam. There is a concept written in Gita while I was going through the Gita for preparing your slides. I have seen that in Gita, Lord Krishna says, yes, all the plant material is also living because plants are living. So if you get sin when you eat non-vegetarian food, you will be sinned even if you are eating plant material because it is also living. But I can help you get rid of this sin. Why? Because when you will आपने अर्पण किया भगवान को, when you have offered your food to the God will accept that food and the left out food will become prasad. And when you eat this prasad, it is not the same food. Now it is prasad. Emotions are added and God's blessings are added in that food. And now it is not going to harm you anyway, and it is not going to add sin in your account. So a concept of offering food has developed in our tradition. And as per our culture, vegetarian food, which is cooked in home, it is first offered to the ideal or the deity as a mark of respect and devotion, and then it is consumed by other people. This food should not be tasted during preparation work or before offering. It is believed that food eaten in this manner is free from bad omen and has become a spiritual blessing. So is the concept of prasad. And first chapati is given to cow, last chapati is given to dog or any street animal. Why? It helps us in understanding that whatever we are eating, God has not made all these things, all these resources only for us. God has made humans over to other species. We are a generation, we are a creation of God with, who is having a lot of beneficial effects more than, or we are more advanced over the other species. Why? We are made in that way. We have a functional brain. We are brainy than most of the other animals. So it becomes our duty not to serve yourself only, but to serve others also who are dependent. Cows' products are said to be very beneficial, and it must be a time there when nowadays we are in such a hurry and we are not having even a space in our homes that we can have a cow at our home. I remember a time when my nani ji was having a cow at the home, and all the dairy products and even the discarding material from the cow's body was also useful, and a cow was worshipped. Since the cow was worshipped, why? Because most of the products of the cow's body was found to be very, very beneficial for the health also. So is the concept which I meant to say about the food offered to the god. That is the concept of prasad. Now, fourth is a spoonful of curd and sugar before any new venture. It is said to be, it is good to have a spoon of कर्ड विद शुगर, मीठी दही खा के घर से बाहर जाइए, आपका काम बहुत आसानी से हो जाएगा. This was the saying which our earlier people were believing, and even we should believe. And it is said that if you have any important exam or a job interview and you really want to nail, to be sure to take a spoonful of curd and sugar right before stepping out of your home. Why? Well, for starters, it is considered auspicious, and curd act as a coolant that keeps your insides cool while sugar provides you instant energy. This is the logic or science behind that belief. Coming to some more food related cultures. For the people who are having cough dosh, they should not eat at 6 a.m. and at 10 p.m. Those who are suffering from pit, they should not eat at 10 a.m. and at 2 p.m. Likewise, for the pit, should not eat at 2 p.m. and for 6 p.m. because the cough and pit and vat are respectively at their utmost secretions at the times that are discussed here. This is the culture of India. That is, we were about to have our drinking water from the wells. What happens? Well was not available at everyone's place. So you have to move along with the buckets and all that. And you have to travel to that place. And while traveling to the well for the sake of drinking water, you must have done the physical activity also, and it helped you in reducing your fat and your extra calories if you have. Another thing is, means the physical activity should be a part, and those people amongst the participants who have ever used well water, they must be knowing the well water when fetch out of the well, there is a kind of exercise that your entire shoulder, your hands, your back, your spinal cord, your legs, and even your head all comes into action, and it helps you a lot in maintaining your body posture. Another very important picture you can see, this particular lady is exercising the Surya Namaskar, and behind her is the rising sun. Means you should awake in the morning and you should do the Surya Namaskar in the morning while the sun is arising at that time. For that Surya Namaskar kind of thing, you have to leave your bed in the earlier hours, which is very beneficial for your health. Coming to the South Indian culture, I personally love this culture very much. And there are a lot of logical reasons, scientific reasons for this kind of food. In South India, there is a concept of eating on the banana leaves. How banana leaves help us in increasing our health, you can see through these slides. These are various ways of using or utilizing leaves. Actually, banana leaves is definitely hygienic. Simply wipe it with the water, clean it with the water. It is very much cleaned. And interestingly, it is an alternative to plates, definitely. Traces of magnesium and zinc is present in the plantain leaf and is said to have health benefits too. In addition, the plantain leaves are completely biodegradable. That is the point to understand and remember. One thing which is not written in the slide is, I must share you, there is a requirement of, there is a huge requirement of at least 40 grams of fiber daily in your diet to make you constipation free. So for that, you require soluble and insoluble fiber. Soluble fiber, it is, your banana leaves are very good sources of soluble fibers. How come? When you put hot meal on the banana leaves, it makes your leaf thinner, and the soft fiber comes out of those leaves. And when you mix your food along with your fingers, On the banana leaf, definitely you can't eat the food with a spoon. It will be torn up. The leaf will be torn up. So when you put your fingers and you mix your food on the banana leaf, the hot food, definitely that food helps the banana leaves in giving their good content or mixing their good content in the food. So what happens? The soluble fibers, the vitamins, the minerals already present in the leaf get adhered with this food. And when you eat this food, it helps you a lot. And the very important thing is it is completely biodegradable and is a very good alternative to the polythene, polypropylene or polythene, the plastic. Coming to the almost last section of these slides, that is the Indian spices, the utility and potential of Indian spices. Almost 23 spices are there, well known in our cooking system. And I am working a lot on these spices in my research lab also. I know the importance. I understand how important, and even I have told you in the North India, we used to cook our every particular vegetable with the pachforan, that is the spice mix of five spices. It is very much useful, and it helps because it contains a lot of flavonoids. Flavonoids are antioxidants in nature, and these antioxidants reduces the oxidation process of your of your metabolism. And because of these oxidants only, many diseases comes into action. So by reducing the content of oxidative stress in your body, which could only be done with the antioxidation system. And spices, along with fruits and vegetables, spices are the best way to include antioxidants in your diet. How come? Spices, what are spices? You must be knowing that, but it's my responsibility to make it remembered that the spices are either dried roots, they could be stems, they could be seeds of the plants, and are grown usually in tropics. These contain aromatic substances and are used as preservatives. They are the natural preservatives, no harm in adding it. It is used to add flavor and taste to the food. In every Indian home, we have a variety of spices, and it's good to use the spices, but remember, spices should always be used in a quantity which could be tolerated, because excess quantity of spices could harm the inner linings of your intestine. It can create itching or a kind of inflammation in your intestines. So it should be, to avoid those, spices should be added in the diet, and these are some of the very common spices, and it should be included in your diet, but definitely in a moderate quantity. Now, what are the health benefits of the spices? As I told you, it acts as antioxidants. This is one of the most important functions it can do. Apart from that, it improves your digestion, it regulates your metabolism, it improves your memory and brain function, it prevents you from allergies and helps fight nasal congestions. You must have remembered the kadha thing, which was being served even in hospitals, in allopathic hospitals during the pandemic. What was that? It was the mixture of a hot drink made up of spices, herbs, good, sendhanamak, and liquids. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It helps in boosting immune system. It helps improving your skin and hair, for which everyone is fond of. It helps control your diabetes. It fights against infections. I have a lot of papers, you can search it on the internet, with spices having anti-diabetic role, anti-diabetic potential of spices. I have worked a lot on it, on this aspect of spices. Indian spices and their role in food. These are the spices, all the spice, every particular spice has some specific kind of antioxidant in it. And that antioxidant is incorporated, when incorporated in your diet, it helps you like a miracle. Well, these are some of the references from where I have collected the matter for you. There is one more tradition, that before eating food, when food is served, you should thank your God. How? So before taking food, think in the mind for what purpose this body is to be protected and nourished. Oh God, I pray that my body, mind, and wealth may be devoted to the service of universal religion. And for this, there is a mantra in our culture which is like that: Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Hunaktu, Sah Viryam Karvavahe, Tejas Vinavadi Tamastu, Ma Vid Vishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This is the Bhojan mantra, which is required to be chanted before the starting the bhojan. If it is done, definitely your child or other family members will not be distracted with the mobile, the television, the newspaper, and all that. We should worship. We should understand the importance of food. We should actually honor food because we cannot survive without food. So we should honor the food. Food is not only meant to make you survive, but it can give you a very good attitude towards your life. With this, I would like to sum up. Thank you so much, Professor Bhartindu, for giving me this opportunity to share my views. I am very hopeful that the lecture was in very simple language and it could be of your use. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It was really very, what to say, it's very to the point what we were expecting here. So thanks for a very good presentation on very good topic and very good way to present it. We are having very few questions. I feel all the participants were glued to the screen and they forgot to type their questions. So please put up your questions, since by then we'll take 2 questions what is already posted here. One question came from HR Singh, Robin Singh. He wants to know that is RO water good for drinking?
Okay. Well, RO water is not at all recommended. But don't say this to RO companies. They will come to my home and agitate against me. But RO is not at all recommended because you have your traditional systems to clean your water. How come? I will tell you. Keep a plain cotton, good cotton cloth. Okay. Fold it 7 times and put it on the vessel, and whatever water is coming from your water supply, filter it through that particular piece of cloth. It will be as good as it could be. There is no utility of using RO because RO is removing all the minerals. Okay. You taste RO water and you taste water which is supplied in your taps. Which one is sweeter? The sweeter taste of water was required because that particular sweet taste is incorporated because of the dissolved minerals present in water. And those minerals are required. If it is present in higher quantity, then it could be separated. But if it is present in the quantity which is required by the body, why to filter it? Why to remove it from your water? And what is RO is doing? It is removing all the healthy required minerals. And after 6 or 7 months, they will come with a new brand, with a new name, and they will remove one more mineral means after 6 months. So from my point of view, from a nutritionist point of view, I will not recommend RO.
Okay, another question from Nafisa is there any optimum way of to drink water during eating? Is it before or after or during? Because there seems to be many divided opinion on this.
No, it is not at all divided opinion. Opinion is very clear. Okay, listen it from the point of view of physiology. You'll be able to understand you, and definitely you will follow then only. As per the physiology, our stomach releases HCl to digest the food components. And when you drink water, the concentration of this digestive mixture changes. And the pH of this digestive juice gets changed, which is required. It becomes diluted. And it is required only in concentrated quantity. That is why intermittent water is said not to be taken. And once your digestive ignite fire comes into play, you have to wait for a time, and it is approximately half an hour. And later on, you can have your water. But in between, if you are feeling like choking, you are advised to have a sip of 1 or 2.
Okay, ma'am. So one more question is there from Anupam Sharma. He wants to know, is taking lemon fruitful at empty stomach?
Empty stomach.
Yeah.
Why to take lemon with empty stomach? If it is required, if you want to take it lemon, then put a pinch of turmeric in that. It should be a lukewarm water. You can put 1 or 2 drops of lemon, and if a piece of neem is added to that water could be more beneficial.
Then another question from Barnali Thakuria. She wants to know which food should be taken first after the intermittent fasting.
Okay. A spoon of sugar or honey. A spoon of sugar or honey. If it is added with the drop of ginger, it will be more beneficial because it will enhance your immune system, your digestive juices, and pre-digestive condition will be developed, and it will be helpful. Even little bit black pepper is also advised.
Okay, thank you, man. These were the questions participants have asked. So thank you for all those things. And questions may be less, but we got many inputs. We need to change many of our habits, what we are having. At least one I identified. In morning when I'm taking my breakfast and getting ready for coming to office, while taking breakfast, I used to see my mobile and WhatsApp responses I used to do. That is my routine. So I will try to stop or at least reduce it. And some other combinations of food, what you told, like which is very common actually, although some other places also, actually, my father is also Ayurveda person.
Okay,
so many things I knew, but you again reminded that milk and egg should not be taken together. Fruits and milk should not be taken together. But if you see, many times we see people recommend taking milk and banana, milk and eggs. Usually, this is very common morning breakfast, egg and milk. So this should not be taken together. So that has to be highlighted.
These are actually convenience food.
Yes.
So yeah, we have make it a habit, but it's not advised. It's not good. As per your health, it is not good. Better to take milk separately and banana separately. Why to mix them?
Okay. Then another question now came from Dr. Sadiq Ahmad. He wants to know that he's telling that people still go to traditional healers for disease, jaundice, and also mental health. What is your suggestion for jaundice?
Jaundice, soft is an spice, which is said to be very beneficial because jaundice is a disease which actually hampers the functioning of liver. So to help the liver, soft is a very good kind of solution.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, for sparing your valuable time and giving us very informative session today, this morning. So on behalf of all the participants, on behalf of HRDC, Mizoram University, on behalf of the coordinator of the course, Professor Manoj, and I am a co-coordinator of this course. On behalf of all of us, a very, very thank you to you. And expect we very soon we will contact you again for some other course, some other program, because it was very informative And we would like to listen from you again in future. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am, for
you.
sparing your time.
Again, following a tradition, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thanks.
Okay, so friends, this was the day today, only 2 sessions today, and remaining 2 sessions are reserved for your preparing for the presentation, which is scheduled next Saturday. So go and start preparing for the Saturdays, and the next Saturday in this week, very soon we will give you a schedule who will be making presentation at what time. So this will be actually divided into 2 parts, all of you. And the first part will be starting at 10. And first 2 sessions will be there for you. And then second session will be having remaining half of you. So, and presentation, you have to choose your topic of your interest, of your subject, and it will be some 7 to 8 or 10 minutes maximum. And through PPT better, and maybe small 1 or 2 questions may be followed by that. So that will be the process on next Saturday. So prepare for it, and we will meet on Monday again with a new schedule. I will share with you the schedule, but for Monday, I will tell you 4 sessions. First session on 21st Monday will be on promises and potential of NEP 2020 for teachers. And the speaker is a renowned teacher in commerce, Professor VK Shotriya. He is from Department of Commerce, Delhi School of Economics, Delhi. Then second session will be from GB Lakshmi, Professor GB Lakshmi from Hyderabad University. And she will be talking about multicultural classroom and inclusive pedagogies. Then third session and fourth session, 2 sessions will be taken by Professor Linda Jomingliani. She is faculty in Department of Education. Now it is School of Education, Mizoram University. First session from her at 1:30 will be on teaching strategies. And the second and last session, that is 3 p.m., will be on micro teaching. So these were the 4 sessions we'll have on Monday. And meanwhile, I will share with you the schedule for the whole week. So thank you. Thank you all for joining today. I hope all these sessions are fruitful to you. Still 1 more week is there, so we'll have some more diversified and important topics will be covered here. If you feel something is missing or some specific topic we have not yet covered, you may suggest me. We'll try to identify some resource person on those requested topics also. So thank you all for joining, and now you can log off, and see you all on Monday morning 10.